our life was in samsara. I was born a demon, and then at the end of that existence, took off my clothes, put it in the washing, only to do what? Oh, just put it back on another day. I was like going to work. So what have we been doing? Not very different to what you're doing right now. And what is it you're doing right now then? I don't mean right now in this very room, although it is still the same thing. But in your existence, in this birth as a human being. Because I know there may be those among you who do not like to think about past lives or lives in the great hells. I mean, how can you prove it? How can we even know that there are great hells? Well, of course, the animal realm we can see because they're among us. There's flies and mosquitoes and birds and bees and beasts. But still one could question, okay, that's them. What makes you think that I'm going to be born as one of them? Don't you feel like that? I'm born, I live, I die, that's the end of it. Aren't there among you, those among you who feel that way? Aren't there those among you who feel, I'm never going to go into the great hells? A Deva? Okay, maybe. Brahma? Yeah. Animal? Nah. Me? Next door Sam might. Me? Nah. Look at me. I'm such a nice person. I'm the best there is. There's never been a better model than me. Right? Look at me. Isn't that how you feel? I used to feel like that. I believed in that. I didn't believe in any of this next births, previous births, because I was a very materialistic person. That was the upbringing I had. So I'm sharing a little bit of that because, well, I said I'm going to talk about myself today, not you. I'm talking about myself. You came here to listen. Now listen. So I'm talking about myself. But the reason I share this story is because I know that there'll be among you those who can relate to this. So, while I'm talking about myself, I think there's something you can do. See how your life relates to this life. Are there much differences? Or is it much the same? It's very fair for you to question, why did I ordain? And quite openly and honestly, I share this response with a lot of people. And I'll share it with you today as well. I ordained because I had problems. Issues. I had issues. What kind of issues did I have? Do you know what issues I had? I had money problems. I did. Money problems. Do you know I have money problems? No? Oh wow, okay. You're well off. I had money problems. I had women trouble. Women problems. Issues. This is why I ordained. I had food problems. This is why I ordained. And now you're thinking, yeah, I knew it. Complete failure, right? This is why I ordained. Unlike you, because of surely you don't have any of these problems. This is why you haven't ordained. So you don't have money problems, but I have, or I had, so I ordained. You don't have food problems. This is why you haven't, but I have. I had, this is why I ordained. And you didn't have women problems. You don't, do you? Young men in the room? Women trouble? No? Issues? No. I had. So I ordained. Complete failure in life, right? I'm a complete loser. With a big L across my forehead. Go on, do it. This is why I ordained. But much the same like you, ever since I came into this world, and because of the upbringing I had where I was taught to take life as it comes, only believe what you can see, only believe in what you can hear, only believe in what your senses can perceive. Now, there's nothing beyond that. That was the upbringing that I had. And so, in the world that I could perceive, I tried to seek happiness. Is there anyone here who doesn't like to be happy? Anyone? I don't like to be happy. Anyone? Good. Is there anyone here who does anything in their lives to not be happy? Anyone? So would you agree with me then that everyone here, whatever you do to be happy in your life? Isn't that the purpose of our lives? To be happy? What about your family? Your mothers, fathers, the things that they did in their lives, including bringing you into this world. Why did they do it? Was it not for their happiness? Was it not? Why do you make friends? Why do you discard some friends? Don't like them. I no longer want to be your friend. Why? Is it not for the purpose of happiness? Why do you wake up in the morning? Is it not for happiness? Why? Because if you lay in bed all day, who's going to earn your living? You've got to go and do your job. Why do the job? Earn money. Why? Buy all the things that you like. Why? Why? Come on, speak up. Why? I'm not talking about things that I do on a day-to-day basis. I'm talking about the things that you do. So surely you should be able to answer. I'm imagining these are the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. So I'm asking you, why do you earn money? Why do you want to buy all the things that you like? To be what? Happy. So simple, right? To be happy. How long have you been trying to be happy? Here's my question. When did you start trying to be happy? Was it the day you started your job? Before that you didn't try to be happy? What about your previous job? Why did you take up your previous job? Was it not to be happy? Hang on then. Why did you change jobs? You took up that previous job that you were in, your previous employment, to be happy. So why did you give that up and move on to another job? Again for happiness. Does that not say something about your previous employment? Okay, what about prior to employment? A lot of you will have been to university, like I did. Graduated, studied all sorts of things about the world, about yourself. For what purpose again? For what purpose? Happiness. And then prior to that, did we all go to school? Yes? Thankfully. So you all had a school education, or you still have one. Why? What purpose? Is it not happiness every single time? For every question I'm asking you, is it not the same answer? Resounding the same answer. Happiness, 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 happiness. Time and time again. Yes or no? Yes. So you got out of bed so you could go to school. You're going to have to do that tomorrow. You got out of bed to go to work, madam. You're going to have to do that tomorrow. You got out of bed, sir, so you could go take a wash. Get a shower. Why? What happens if you don't take a shower? Well, not just you, but people around you are also going to lose their happiness. So again, for happiness, you go take a shower. Why do you run to the toilet when you feel the urge? Not for happiness? What happens when you relieve yourself of that pain? Is the end result not happiness? Why do you go to the doctor when you're ill? Why do you take a paracetamol when you got a headache? Why do you grow plants in your garden? Is it not for happiness? Why do you play games? Why do you play sport? Why do you like Angry Birds so much? Is it not for happiness? Why do you watch so much television? Why do you like reading the newspaper? Why do you like visiting your friends? Why do you like baking cakes and cooking all types of new recipes at home? Do you realize that every time you look to your left, every time you look to your right, every time you look up or down, you're looking for happiness? Do you realize that every time you breathe in, you're looking for happiness? I'll prove it to you. How? Hold your breath for 10 seconds. Now hold it for another 10. And another 10. Why did you start breathing again? What did you want? Happiness. When you're asleep at night, why do you roll in bed? What are you looking for? Happiness. You're sat down on this chair right now. After a while you're going to start to shuffle yourself. When you sat down, you thought this was the best posture for me. But then after a while you started to shuffle yourself. Left bum, right bum, right? What for? Happiness. Do you realize then? From brushing your teeth, combing your hair, waking up in the morning, going to the toilet, getting back into bed at night, covering yourself up with a duvet, going to work, eating, sleeping, drinking, making babies, all these things you've been doing in your life was for one purpose and one purpose alone. Agree or not? Any doubts? Any suspicions? Any objections? Okay. I was much the same. So we're all seeking happiness in life. But when I ask you, when did you start looking for happiness? You tell me, from the moment I came into this world. What are you doing right now? What are you looking for right now? Happiness. So how many years have you been looking for happiness now? Well, you know the answer. That many years, you've all been looking for happiness. How many more years are you going to be looking for happiness? Give me at what age are you going to stop looking for happiness? You go, right, that's it, okay, found it. No more looking for happiness. Well, if you can't look into your future, let's look at your grandparents for a moment. If your grandparents are still alive, or let's say your parents, what do they do every day? Much the same things that you do. For what? Happiness. Of course, they might today have retired. Because although they want to work in the pursuit of happiness, their employment doesn't want to keep them there. So what do? They kick them out. You can't come find happiness here. Get lost. Go and find your own happiness, they said. And your grandparents? And your great-grandparents? So, if your parents didn't find happiness by the age of 70, what are the chances of you finding it by the age of 70? This is why you're always looking. One day, as you walk along the road, you meet a man. He looks famished, pretty exhausted, tired. You ask him, hey, mister, what's up? He says, I'm so thirsty. I need a drink of water. I'm so thirsty. And you say, oh, right, okay, don't worry. I came past this pool. There was a lot of water in there. If you just walk down this path, you're going to find it, and then you can drink as much water as you like. So you bid farewell, and you go on your journey. Once you've attended to your chores, you've done your whatever you wanted to do, you're now on your way back. And you come across this man again. He's sat down by a tree, and he's still panting. He's still famished. still thirsty. You ask him, what's wrong? I'm still looking for that water you said I was going to find. Tell me. He's still looking for water, right? He's still looking for water. Why? Because he's found it? Is that why he's still looking? Is that why every step he takes he's still looking for water? Is that because he's found it? No. You meet another man. You ask him, hey mister, what's up? He says, I've got a dream. I want to be a millionaire. And you say, oh, good on you. Good luck, mate. I want to be a millionaire. Right, good luck. So you ask him, how are you going along on your ambition? How is it coming along? He says, well, I'm about a quarter of the way there. Why don't you meet me in a year's time and we can chat and see how we're doing? So you can't wait another year. You follow up the next month. You go and meet him. Hey, how's it going? Did you achieve your million? Are you now a millionaire? You ask him, what do you want to be? Well, the first day he met you, he said he wanted to be a millionaire. You asked him today, again he's saying, I want to be a millionaire. Does that not tell you he's not found his million yet? He's not made his million yet. Does that not tell you that? Does he not tell you that? You follow up again another 6 months later. He's about a third of the way there. And you ask him, how's it going? What's your ambition? He says, I want to be a millionaire. Is he saying he still wants to be a millionaire because he's a millionaire? Or is he still trying to be one? He's still trying to be one. When is the day you ask him the question, what is your ambition? And he does not respond, I want to be a millionaire. What day is that? Absolutely, sir. The day he becomes a millionaire. So, you met the first man walking along the street. He said, I'm still thirsty. He's still thirsty because he said he's still looking for water. He's still looking for water because he hasn't found water. The second man you met said, I want to be a millionaire. He still wants to be a millionaire 6 months later because he still hasn't become a millionaire. I asked you the question, what is your purpose in life? You tell me. You want to be happy. What does that tell you? If you're 10 years of age, if you're 20 years of age, 30 years of age, 40 years of age, 50, 60, 70 years of age, I'm asking you the question. 70 years after you started looking for happiness, I'm asking you, what do you want to be? And you tell me, I want to be happy. What is that telling us? Have you found it? Have you found it? Isn't that why you're still looking? The day you find it, will you still be looking? Ask an Arahant, Venerable Sir, what is your ambition in life? He says, what? I have no ambitions. Ask the Buddha, Venerable Sir, what is your ambition in life? What does he say? I have no ambition. When can a man say, I have no ambition? When he has achieved everything he wants to achieve. What is everything you want to achieve? As we just went through, your life, your day-to-day life. Wake up in the morning, go to bed, go to sleep, go to work, go to school, cook, eat. Make children, get married, have a girlfriend, have a boyfriend, have a chat with a friend. All these things you say to be happy. So your ambition in life every day, every waking moment is to be happy. When are you going to stop answering that question with, my ambition is to be happy? When do you think you're going to give me that answer? The day you are happy. So why are you not giving me that answer right now? Why when I ask you what is your purpose, you tell me, I want to be happy. Tomorrow do you not want to be happy? Let's keep it simple. Okay, it's 4:45 now. At 5 o'clock, what do you want to be? What do you want to be at 5 o'clock? What about 7 o'clock tonight? What do you want to be? 12 midnight. What do you want to be? And how about tomorrow then? What about next week? What about next year when you plan that trip to Singapore? Why do you want to go there? To be happy. Why are you still trying to be happy? What does that tell you? Have you found it? After 70 years? After 60 years? After 50 years of looking for happiness, have you found it? 40, 30, 20, whatever age you are, have you found it? Isn't that why you're still looking? I was much the same. All my life I looked for happiness. I did a lot of the things that you have done already, and a lot of the things that you are planning on doing in the future. There are young people here who I know have lots of hopes, dreams and ambitions and goals. Well, I did too. After my education in Sri Lanka, family and I, we went to the UK, which is where we settled down, to make a life out for us there. Why? To be? To be what? Sad? Happy. After college, I started working. I started working in banking. To be? Happy, because a job in a bank makes you what? What does a job in a bank make you? Yeah, whatever. Happy, right? That's what they said. But while I was working in the bank, I really wanted to save up so I could go and study medicine. That was my ambition from a very young age. Why? Because what does a doctor help you be? When you're a doctor, what are you? Happy, right? Yeah. That's why we have doctors who come along and listen to sermons, because they found happiness. They found happiness. I don't know why they're coming here then. They're still looking. But what did people tell me? Become a doctor and you shall be happy. But along that journey I decided, I didn't want to go through all the trouble of becoming a doctor. 5 years of medical college and all that hard work and sleepless nights. I thought, I don't want, I was never one to work hard for happiness. I always wanted to work smart. I didn't want to work hard for happiness. I wanted to work smart. I knew that life was ticking by every moment. So this precious life of mine is not to work hard. It's to work smart. So I thought, what way can I earn my happiness by working smart? Well, I was already in the bank. What do they have in the bank? Money. What do they have in the hospitals? Patients. So surely, if I want to be happy, which of these two brings happiness? Money or patience? Money brings happiness. That's what they said. So what did I do? I continued working in the bank. Although I wanted to continue my education, so I went out and did my degree. I studied computer engineering. Again, worked smart, not hard. Worked smart. Working smart, I got some good qualifications that came out of that. And then I went back into banking. And then I continued working there for 5 years after that. Earned a lot of money. Why? Because money brings what? Happiness, right? Yeah, that's what Steve Jobs said on his deathbed. What did he say? Money brings? Have you read his autobiography? What did he say? Money brings happiness, right? No. But that's what everyone he was with told him. And that's what everyone I associated told me. So I started to earn my millions. I wanted to be a millionaire. I saved up, started investing in property, started investing in the stock markets, in cryptocurrencies. That was the trend then. I made a lot of money out of it, I must admit. Not I, but the person before I ordained. That person made a lot of money out of it. Now I don't have any money. But all this I did for one purpose. What was that purpose? What purpose was that? Happiness. Just like each and every one of you. There will be those among you who will have already done what I have done. There will be those among you who are still hoping, dreaming, having ambitions to do the things that I just said I've already done. Oh, I also got married. What for? To seek what? Happiness. Because where is happiness? In marriage. Well, those who are married will know. Those of you who are married can confirm that, right? Where is happiness? In marriage. The only thing I couldn't try out was have kids. Thankfully. Although people started to speak, they started to talk to us. Hey, you've been married for some time now. You know, you should think seriously about this stuff. It's about time. People said. Thankfully, I didn't fall into that trap. Because around that time, I got to listen to the Dhamma. But those of you who have children, why did you have children? To be happy. Because happiness is in what? Is in what? Children. Now, you see, I have a question though. You took education because happiness was in education. You then went to university, you started doing a job because happiness was in doing the job. You started earning money because happiness is in money. You bought a house, bought cars, yachts, I don't know what you guys own. Probably lots of stuff. Jewelry, ornaments. You traveled the world, went to every country there is on this planet in the pursuit of happiness. Because you thought that's where happiness is. How many times did you think that? Of the times that you thought, this is where I'm going to find happiness, how many times did it come true? How many times were you right versus how many times were you wrong? Because if you were right the first time, which was happiness is in education, or happiness is in money, you wouldn't have bothered with all the other stuff that you've done, would you? If happiness is in money, then why do you have to travel the world?